Ladies and gentlemen, hello, welcome to Westfield, patch 1.0 of Westfield. So it looks pretty, ain't that nice, but it is still not immune from the countless layers of monotonous Commodore-based map design. But hey, it's a field, so it strays away from that a little. Let's bear that in mind and celebrate it as we violate our enemy with a 45mm gun, which is found on the T-50. This is a nifty little Russian light tank down here at tier 5. Got a speed limit of 60 km an hour. 45mm gun boasts 90mm of pen and 130 with premium, which is APCR, on this tank. You got 7 degrees of gun depression on it, which is more than you'd expect for a Russian tank of this type. It's going to be useful up on these hills over here, and it hits you like a ping pong ball. Why do I say that? Well, I say that because the alpha damage ain't that remarkable. It's not 90. No, it's not 90. It's 70. 70 alpha damage per shell and 26.09 rounds per minute on this tank. So yeah, like getting hit by multiple ping pong balls in the face. You've got just sub 2000 DPM, 1900 base DPM on this tank, which is impressive. But like I say, just ping, ping, ping. You're not doing substantial alpha damage. And it's debatable whether you'll do damage at all if you're not careful with this thing. It's got 0.4 accuracy and a 2-second aim time. Now, 2-second aim time is great, but 0.4 accuracy means that even if you're fully aimed, you won't necessarily hit. You saw the last 2 shots on that stud there, even though 2-second aim time, you got like about a 2-second reload. You are not guaranteed to hit anything. I mean, that's always true, isn't it? Bloody RNG plus 25 minus 25. Well, I am in a bit of a march. Hey! Dubstep guy, male, carbon-based life form. Thank you for your 4th month in a no subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much. So, I'm in a nutshell here because I have not seen this game before. It's completely new to me. And maybe at some point I'll enlighten you with tactical knowledge of the game, but for now, I'll continue to enlighten you with knowledge of game mechanics and tanks. Black Ice, thank you for the follow me. What do you need to know about this tank in regards to armor? Well, it's oddly symmetrical. That's not something I get to say often about tanks, because this tank, 37 at the front, 37 at the side, and 37 at the rear. Words on the tongue, thank you, Assault Rabbit, for your 4th month. Oh my god, I'm going to need to take a drink in a minute. 37 at the front of the hull, 37 at the side, 37 at the rear, 37 at the front of the turret, 37 at the side, and 15 at the rear. The 15 ruined it. It would have been nice to have 37 all round. But it's odd to me that the view range on the map, a little green circle there, is only just below cap, because this thing actually has 350 meters of base view range, which is not good. It's not awful for a tank of this tier, but it's by no means exceptional. You can see him using the APCR there, 130mm of pen, as I said, to the side around Matilda. It's debatable. Well, not really. He would have been able to pen with standard ammo 90mm in that situation, but I guess he's feeling a bit of pressure. We got 8 to 11 here. And having a look at this, I wouldn't say, in this situation, I wouldn't be like, oh god, we're going to lose any second now, until that happened. KV2 has just mullered the IKV. That KV2 came out of nowhere from what I saw. But that KV2 is an unknown quantity. Here you're going to see the DPM of this tank shine. Its alpha damage, while not being remarkable, is just going to whittle this guy down on that superior reload. Ends up coming out on top of the opposing tank. And you'll see that he is not a healthy tank right now. He's not a healthy tank to begin with, to be quite honest. What's that? It's 360 hit points. Now, one thing, I don't have a lot of experience of playing this tank. I played it a couple of times with Tanis. It's an enjoyable tank. I have more experience at playing something like a T-34, the Russian Tier 5 medium tank, which has a 76mm Zis cannon, I believe, which has ridiculous DPM, even better than this. And I'm used to playing that, and one of the greatest caveats, one of the things that bothers me most about that tank is the lack of hit points. And that's a joyous occasion right there, knowing that that KV-2 is a one-shot and now actually dead. And that's kind of unfortunate, really. If he had lived, Tanis would have had no trouble killing him, because he died just before the arty. He's not in contention for Kolobanov's medal here. But yeah, as I said, that T-34 has 450 hit points. Yes, Dweez, thank you. I do mean the 57mm. I was thinking, as I said it, 76. That's the Comet, ain't it? 57. So yes, I'm a twit. I apologise. But yeah, the hit points were annoying to me, and this thing has even less. Sure, it has kind of mobility, 60 kilometers an hour. Got a 400 horsepower engine, giving it horsepower per ton of about 28.5, I believe. And so the mobility might compensate, but here's a one-shot right now, and that's going to limit your playstyle so much. Because about a tank like this, right, you can make a play like, okay, I'm going to take a hit, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to circle, and I'm going to use my DPM. It feels so limited! Hey! Zarnez Mark II, thank you for joining us, mate. And you can see him taking out the Nashorn there with the benefit of distance and cannon reaching. And now the Matilda, that I think wandered into the cap, has left it. That prompts Tanis to do a relocation, and that's just on a platter. That is the waiter of one of the tanks. The RNG waiter just putting the Panzer SFL, the Panzer Soufflé, as we'll call it, on a platter and just walking up to Tanis saying, here it is, come on, get it. So, APCR has got 11 shells left. That is 75mm of frontal armor. I don't know if Tanis has 6th sense on this tank. He did seem to be moving like he was very nervous, which would imply to me that he doesn't. And the Matilda's doing the right thing, having blind shots in this direction. If he did connect a shell, that would most likely be the end of Tanis's game. Now, in this situation, going back to APCR, I mean, going back to AP, even. I mean, I get it, Tanis. I get it. Look at me, I'm not a gold noob seal clubbing. Look, I'm firing AP at an arty. Aren't I honourable? Like, in this situation, just fire the APCR. Just do it. Just, at this point, it's worth it for the shell travel time. Once you capture that hard distance, you have to lead the shell with AP. Like, at this point, I don't believe there's a force on this earth that could get me to load armor piercing. If I had APCR as an alternate option. Now, I'm not going to lie, a lot of my tactical gameplay since the patch have been inhibited by just the visual element of these new maps. Sure, I can take the meta in my head, and for most maps, it hasn't changed, right? But just looking around you and seeing the grand scope and the gravitas of what you're seeing around you is just... And it's not like I'm sitting there going, oh, that's funny, it's just... Your whole interpretation, you don't realise how much of it is visual. The little indentations in the glass, the way the textures interact with each other, you don't realise until it changes how much of that influences your playstyle. And I do like the fact that Tanis has taken the high ground here. Didn't go in this low ground here and put himself on an even playing field with the arty. The other option, of course, is going on this way, but again, he has to commit to the low ground in the end. And he's got 4.5 minutes. Oh, wow. The Stug seems to be rather aggravated. Oh, I sped up the gameplay. Let's just read the plight of the Stug by Stephanie Meyer. Still better than Twilight. Oh, he didn't land too hard. Dang it! Okay. Oh, yeah, I do not know what happened to him. Does he have binos? No, he doesn't. Stops in that bush for strategy, I guess. And I'm curious, right? Because I haven't actually seen the victory screen or the defeat screen as far as I know. He's sitting here on 5 kills. Oh, never mind, I know how it ends. I just remembered, damn it! And yes, as Tannis had mentioned in chat, he is using these bushes, sticking to them like glue. The thing is that this RT is over here. These RT at low tiers are not keen on moving, but if there was an RT that was going to break the cycle of boring, campy, wait for the enemy team to come in front of your gun gameplay, it would be an AMX-13 F20. It's one of the most mobile RT in the game, let alone at these low tiers. So, 2 minutes and 50 seconds, Tannis. You are going hunting, but it will not do you well to go too far away from the cap in this situation, and you know it, buddy. That's good to see. It's going to take him 1 minute and 45 seconds to cap. And already, Tannis is going to be planning out in his brain, still sticking to this bush line, not taking anything for granted. He's going to be planning it out in his head. The RT is going to drop a blind fire behind that building, most likely. Tannis is going to sit anywhere but there, probably. Oh, and there we go! Oh, wait. I thought that was the enemy cap sighting for a second there. I don't know why. It looks like Tannis is going to keep moving. Not sure about this one. I mean, in a light tank, you have the same cannon launching while stationary as you do on the move. So, you know, there's no penalty in that regard. There's something to be said for just sitting still and aiming, but the quality of a play like this is that if the RT does randomly appear from behind this building or somewhere unexpected, you are moving. You know, you've got a built-up speed of a certain amount, be it 30 or 40, however much, but you're already there and you can keep moving. Your advantage, and there we go, RT dropping a blind fire behind the building as we predicted. Unfortunately, Tannis has played this game for a bit and he is not going to be so foolish as to leave the cap. He knows that he's got all the advantages right now. He is going to keep... Is he going to keep moving, or do you stop at this point? Do you stop and just get ready? Just get ready to fire. And he does let one off. And he is probably spotted at this point. The RT is going to have to pull out a snapshot unless Tannis high-lows here. He doesn't high-low, and one more shot. And voila! 30 seconds left on the game. Almost a full capture. Credit to the RT for actually coming in. I know all too many RT players would have just sat at the back and deprived Tannis of a fairly well-deserved top gun there. And yeah, fun game. Not anything to write home about in particular. It's what I'd expect from Tannis. He's a very skillful player, and throughout this entire game, didn't seem to put a foot wrong. There wasn't anything that I could point at and say he could have done this better or that better, which is annoying for me, because normally in games I have something to point at and say, oh, this is bad because of this, and as a byproduct it ends up making me look better and look smarter by comparison.
And he's in chat bragging about 2,760 damage, 31,660 win, 8 game.